Am I right? Am I wrong?
Oh.
Somebody tell me what's going on, Twisted Cupid.
Yes. That's what you're listening to. Twisted Cupid Podcast.
Every Thursday night on the Twisted Cupid Podcast.
Yes. You heard the man. This is the Twisted Cupid Podcast. We're going to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit and from you guys who are watching and listening live on YouTube. If you're listening on an audio-only platform, we still love you, but come on, damn it. Sign up on YouTube, man. Like, subscribe. Give us your comments. Give us your questions live. Normally, I am joined by one co-host, but we have both the co-hosts here. Liszka and Suzanne.
Well,
Shepherd.
technically, 2.5 co-hosts. No.
What do you mean I'm bad with math?
Well, no,
Oh, shit, one's wicked
Listen,
pregnant.
those times are over. I'm more than a half a person now, legally by law.
What kind of British colonial podcast is this?
Oh, yeah. No, fair enough. I apologize for the fact that most of your country's rubies were stolen and put into the British Museum.
It's okay.
It's
bunch of inbred
yeah.
British rulers took that shit.
It's okay. Now we're all over there, though, now to reclaim them. So,
that's right.
Yeah, we have that.
And
I
Meghan
hope
Markle
so.
stole some of them back. Good for her. You know? But let me introduce our guest, man, because he is a hilarious stand-up comic. The one, the only, Pranav Behari. Thank you for being on the show, man.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Pranav has a hilarious podcast as well, Mango Bay. You should check that
Mango
out.
Bay.
Host that with Usama Siddiqui. It's a great podcast. Tell them where else they can find you.
At Pranahaha on Instagram.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
Pranav.
What's like the theme of your
That's a
podcast?
good-
Like, what do you
that's
guys
a
kind
good
of talk about the most?
We're just a reckless South Asian themed podcast. That's our market. That's the market that we have cornered. There's nothing else like it. So if you want to see,
if you want to book them for weddings,
if you want to see a couple brown dudes who act like out of pocket white dudes, I guess.
Bam.
Come on in. No, we have a good time. We have a good time.
Our screen's getting a little wonky, but I promise
it's
it looks
getting glitchy.
fine on air.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, without further ado, are you guys ready for your first question on the Twisted Cupid Podcast?
Yeah.
do it.
All right,
Yes.
first question on the Twisted Cupid Podcast. If you guys have questions to write them in to twistedcupid@gmail.com. Oh, twistedcupidpodcast@gmail.com. Or even better, write them in the chat live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your comments. Give us your questions. We are taking our first question from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. Father-in-law's watching me. So my husband and I are both 24 and live in an apartment, and we have a cat. And to keep an eye on our cat, we have a couple pet cameras. One is in our living room, one's in the bedroom. A few days ago, my husband was away for a business trip, and I was in my room doing things to myself, and I saw the light from the camera turn on as if someone was watching. And I looked at it again, and it went away. I thought that it was my husband, because sometimes we do that as like a cute little, you're being naughty
What?
play with each other. He texted me back and said that he had no idea what he was talking about. Later that night, I got out of the shower and I was drying myself off in our bedroom, and I saw the light turn on again. I called my husband to ask if he was watching me, and he wasn't. I got scared, so I looked up what other devices had access to the camera, and when I checked, my 58-year-old father-in-law's phone was a listed device.
Oh, he's a creep.
What? Wait. What?
Well, didn't you say that he was there to watch the cats?
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
That's right.
Am I wrong?
Dude loves looking at pussy. That's what we learned from this camera.
That's what he came to do.
Yep.
Then I remembered a few months ago when we went away for vacation and we asked my father-in-law to look after the cat. I helped him to get connected to the app so that he could check in on the cat too, but he never logged off. I told my husband everything. My husband called his father to confront him. His father-in-law said that he wasn't watching or using the camera and that he thought he had logged off and has no memory. What's more suspicious after that is that his device went away from the device list. I feel very violated, but at the same time, it's my father-in-law, and I really love my husband. I mean, is this something that's a deal breaker? How do I proceed?
Wait a second, but she's already married to him, so
husband.
So you're just saying, how's this a deal breaker?
not-
like,
I mean,
are we
but-
gonna get divorced now?
Because of her father-in-law?
But they're also 24. I don't know. If you're 24 and your father-in-law is spying on you already, kind of a good enough reason.
I just feel like she wants out of the marriage. She's like, you know what? Your father is actually a creep, and I'm divorcing you. It's like, what?
It's a weird reason to be in divorce court. Your Honor, this guy's dad is a creep. I can't stay married. Give me half of his shit.
My husband is amazing, but my father-in-law, I hate him.
No, I think the bigger reason to get divorced is the fact that you're so concerned about your cat. When you go away for 3 days, you have to get a cat cam. Fuck off. Cats are fine. They don't need.
It means you're destined to be a cat lady, which is alone, really.
Yeah, this is like the new Zennial version of a cat lady. It's all digital now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Revolving.
I think he was doing his job. He was watching pussy. That's what you asked him to do. And I also maybe he's a boomer and he just didn't know, right?
That is a good point. I was weighing that as a possibility. What are the odds that he did this on accident?
I like what Pranav said. Maybe it's that he got a ding from his Ring doorbell. An Amazon package arrived. He checked the pussy cam on accident.
Exactly.
Totally on accident.
I mean, look, if I just see something on my phone that says pussy cam, I'm tapping that button until my finger breaks. Okay?
Yeah, especially...
Linda, I got a package. She's just showing me some cat. What is this? Can you fix my phone?
To be very fair, my eye doctor loves to remind me that my eyesight is going to go in 1 year.
Sure. That's nice of him.
So he just sees something pop up.
Better to give me money for contacts now.
Maybe he thinks it's like a text from his grandson. It's actually pussy cam. He has no idea.
You know what would be crazy is what if he died and his pussy cam light came on periodically and you knew that's how he was interacting with you from beyond the grave.
Yeah.
And he's still looking at my pussy to this day.
Yeah.
Miss you, Pop.
That's right. Ouija boards are for boomers.
But if I have to say, okay, and I don't want to be disrespectful here, but I do want to be realistic, all of this can be solved if we had a picture of you and we knew if that was a pussy that people would generally want to be.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Though maybe whatever her husband's taste is runs in the family. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe this is a voyeuristic fantasy that you have about your father-in-law.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe she put that on his phone.
I
know?
really-
I'm not trying to victim blame here.
No, but I really think that this guy is clueless to what's going on. He probably had to watch the cat, didn't even understand this pussy cam that was going on. And on top of that, I don't know. I feel like she's just wants to divorce her husband. That's all.
I think maybe it's also
Okay.
look, we've established her that she is a cat lady, right?
Yes.
This is the kind of person she is.
They're
So
nuts.
she's probably like, oh my God, everybody wants to look at my snatch. Oh my God. That could also be the vibe.
Except
a little
for
bit
you,
unhinged.
Mr. Skittles. You're the only one who
Thank
doesn't
you.
want to fuck.
Yeah, no, thank you because this is again let's look at the fourth wall a little bit and the reason why she's bringing it to Reddit is because she is horrified. She wants people on her side.
Yeah.
If she genuinely believed that her father-in-law was a boomer, and it could just be an accident, but she's like, oh my God, everyone, I've been violated. I mean, again, I'm not trying to victim blame.
I think this is part of
I'm
her
not trying to
voyeuristic.
victim blame, and maybe she was totally violated. Maybe she totally was. But I'm just saying, once you go to Reddit, you need to have that callous, that criticism is going to come against you. And
CUM.
Yeah, it's because I think that if that happened to me, if we were in that situation, first of all, I would never have a cat cam. But if
That's weird.
If
I would lie and
for
say it was
whatever
something
reason,
else.
and my father-in-law, it was I would know that my father-in-law would be like, oh my God, off,
Right.
instantly, and it would totally be an accident. But she isn't even oh, it's probably just an accident. He also...
Also, she came to Reddit. What was the advice you were hoping for when you come to Reddit? You can make this decision on your own.
And also,
Yeah.
she saw that the father-in-law was smart enough to log out, to delete his device from the camera. He's not, he's not trying to Jeffrey Epstein you. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
Like,
And
Look,
it's
this whole
not-
thing smacks. Do you guys remember Penthouse Forum?
Oh yeah.
That's it was like an old thing in the
What
old,
happened at
in the
Penthouse
analog
Forum?
magazines.
At
It had a
Penthouse
forum
Oh, okay.
where it would just be like, they had staff writers writing like pornographic fantasies.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about Penthouse, the magazine?
the magazine.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Oh,
Back in the
I
day.
thought this was a movie you were talking about.
Is that in L.A.? That's like it's like
It sounds like it would be a subreddit.
yeah.
Actually,
The Lakers
but,
used to play there.
but it kind of smacks of that a little bit.
Sure. No, it does seem like that. It's all those letters were clearly bullshit.
Yeah.
And this feels like one of those.
This feels like that too.
Yeah,
Like she's
yeah.
getting off on writing this.
Uh-huh.
The idea
It's-
of her father-in-law.
I'm like so hot that I destroy families.
Exactly,
I destroy
exactly.
relationships between fathers and sons because they fight over me.
I
like Game of
burn
Thrones.
family trees.
Like Game of Thrones characters. It's crazy.
Let's not.
I've destroyed
let's-
kingdoms with this snatch.
Okay, let's not go over the Thelma and Louise border of,
Sure.
victim blaming here. Let's leave a shroud for her to, in the event that she is
All
being
right.
because
There
it's
is a slight
totally
chance it's not
possible.
this victim's
it's
fault.
It's really possible because again, as we get older, so do our parents, but not all parents are dumb boomers. And actually, some of them really do totally get technology. Like, I feel like my dad's really good at it. Like,
Did,
Some of them are
did
pretty
she
good,
say
yeah.
he
Some
was
of
a
them are
boomer?
only one time did my Alexa light up and go, "Suze, call me." Okay.
No, but did she say in the post that they're boomers or that he's a boomer, or are we just
58.
assuming?
I don't know if that's exactly a boomer.
58? No,
Yeah.
boomer.
Not really a
Baby
boomer.
boomers are in their 70s.
I know, but now boomer is just is a catch-all
It's just,
now.
it's
for-
just like
Yeah.
it's almost,
Oh.
it's like
Yeah, I don't think you need to be like technically
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
it.
you
You
don't
just
have-
got to be old and stupid.
Yeah,
is
you
all.
didn't have to live through
Old
D-Day
and
or whatever,
stupid.
right?
yeah.
So, is this like the new R word you're trying to call them with boomers?
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like an age thing too. But yeah, you don't have to have stormed Normandy. You could have just stormed the Capitol.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
From Normandy
It's
to the
not-
Capitol.
Yeah, it's not.
And now to this woman's pussy cam as well.
Yeah, I mean, any
Oh,
comments?
shout out to people
Yeah.
in the chat though, man. Shout
Hey,
out to
yeah, there's
shout out to-
by the way, there's an emergency. Somebody needs Xanax. Matt
Yeah.
needs Xanax.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Matt always needs Xanax.
I'm a prescription drug dealer. Just shine that Xanax
Yeah.
logo in the sky, and I'll show up.
Presumably
like
calling from Camden, New Jersey,
Yeah.
is I think where he's commenting from.
Quick, Robin! Someone needs crushed up prescription drugs and a rolled up dollar bill.
Yeah.
Matt on YouTube and Joanne on YouTube. How's it going, guys?
Hi, Joanne.
Yes. Matt needs Xanax.
Wait, is Joanne is she with Baby
Joel-
Jake right now?
No, not yet.
Not yet,
She-
not yet.
Baby Jake is traveling to Joanne
Okay.
right now.
Well, yeah. So get ready, Joanne.
Oh, shout out to
the
Joel on
party
YouTube,
about to
too.
get crazy.
Yeah, little Jake's heading down to you. He's your problem now, damn it. Joel on YouTube. Shout out to
Joel.
Jonathan and shout out to Joel.
Jonathan.
Let's see. Matt on YouTube says Thelma and Louise is out of context. He says, "Don't say Thelma and Louise again. That's my that's 50 times." No, not this episode.
Okay.
She says,
All right, I respect your boundaries.
"I'm Thelma and Matt is Louise." Joel on YouTube says, "I
Wait,
stormed."
who's we? Because it sounds like you got a frog in your pocket. If you're commenting, Thelma is me and I am Louise.
Him and that frog are going to drive off a cliff when the cops are chasing. Joel on YouTube says, I stormed the Chinese buffet. Does that count?
What?
Oh,
Absolutely, man.
nice.
Absolutely.
I love them little baby corns.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like Chinese buffets have the best little. What's that vegetable? You know, little baby corns.
Oh, the little
yeah.
tiny
Yeah.
corns?
I don't even know if
Yeah.
those are
I don't
actual
even know.
corn.
I know.
Yeah, I don't
It's
even know
not
what they are.
corn,
Yeah.
but Chinese buffets
For all I know, it's an obscure
have
frog
the
penis.
best
I have no
baby
idea what that is.
corns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love those.
Chinese
Yeah, that's
buffet,
good.
that's what I call Congress. Hello.
Ah, whoa,
Hey.
hey.
Who's storming the Capitol? Who's storming the
That's
Capitol?
right. It started in a lab. It started in a lab.
It did. It did. Oh, shit. We're on YouTube. Never mind. Somebody fucked a bat. It was a bat.
It's okay. Nancy doesn't know how to use YouTube, so it's fine.
Jonathan on YouTube says, "Oh no, I came in at the wrong time for my market demographic." Yeah, I mean, whatever that is, sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he saw the Oxy and Xanax, please, and he's like, I only have fentanyl.
There we go,
I
yeah.
thought you guys were gonna say he identifies as a baby corn. Okay, so my final advice for this
I'm
question
hung
is:
like a baby corn.
listen.
Okay,
It just,
okay.
it sounds like this is a very correctable thing. Just obviously, like, But also, here's my thing in general. It's you're really like that concerned about your cat that you have a camera. I mean, know the risks of having a camera in your house. It's not just your father-in-law. Like, someone could drive by your house, find the Wi-Fi signal, and hack it as well. Like, what are you talking about? It's so... Having a camera in your house leaves you susceptible.
Suzanne knows all the predator tricks.
She does.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, you guys have never rented an Airbnb before and, realize this thing. It's like... Every time that you are in an Airbnb, you have to know that you could always being watched. It's
or
just
a Delta
thing.
flight
So
in the bathroom.
I don't know. I just don't get it. And also, I have nothing to hide. I'm just saying, it's like, so remove your father-in-law, and if he again shows signs of being a predator, which I'm sure he won't, then just get over it.
Yeah, Edward Snowden is not coming to your rescue on this, okay? You're the one who installed a fucking cat cam like an idiot, so everyone's going to be looking at your pussy.
My final advice is, like, the fact that she wrote this entire question and then told her husband, but then did not include in the whole thing, like, what her husband reaction was.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
That's
I feel
true.
I feel like once you marry someone, you know who the creeps are in your family. Like, that's Uncle Bob again. He's up to it again. It's like the fact that this is the first time occurrence, and they're married already. And I bet you the son definitely knows if there's something, like, would know that this is like a continuous thing with the dad.
At the wedding, the father-in-law and bride dance lasted a little too long.
I think
we all
know who the creep in the family is. It's her.
Yeah.
It's her.
Yeah.
It's her.
She's the one ruining Thanksgiving of like, where did this turkey come from?
Yeah, if you don't have a creep in your family, then you're it. Okay.
100%.
So leave this old guy alone, and
Seriously.
and you can have. I mean, props to you that you're trying to find people to watch your cat for 3 days, but you don't need to. That's money that needs to go into your savings account. Okay, stop it.
The only time that your cat needs to be minded is if you have died and you want someone to stop your cat from eating your face.
You pretty much.
That's the only time.
And I left my face to
giving
my
her
cat, my
father-in-law access to the cat cam? Isn't the whole purpose of the cat cam that you watch the cat cam?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's not
come
even
on.
good at. She can't even be bothered to watch her own cat cam.
She knew what she was up to.
Yeah,
she knew
that's
what she
right.
was up
I
to.
just needed me time. I just needed meow time.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's like another Reddit thread somewhere where there's a guy who's like, I think my wife is fucking my dad, guys.
And see, I don't think the father-in-law is trying to creep on her at all. I think he's trying to bang the cat.
I think he's
hiding in plain sight. He's acting like he's just one of these plain
You know
old
what?
people creeps. He's an animal creep.
I think that could be it. And he also could just be like a cat enthusiast where it's like, I miss the cat. I miss, nipples or whatever you name the cat.
Yeah,
And
definitely
they
nipples.
just want to, he wants to fucking check in on the cat.
That's
Yeah,
right. He's an
just-
old school furry.
He
Yeah.
just wants to feel that purr again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Garrett.
Hear it meow.
That was on his
should we-
the purr on his dick. That's where that joke is going, and it wasn't funny, so I didn't want to tell it, but I couldn't. I already said too much.
I
It's not
appreciate you still getting it out there. You know what I mean? You were like the team that's at the half-yard line, so you're just trying to get the ball like just over the goal line, and the joke still counts. It still counts.
Such
it still
a bad
counts as a
joke,
point.
though.
It
So-
still counts.
Yeah. Oh, Grandpa with the
That's
cat
right.
purring on his
That's
penis.
right.
Yeah.
That
It's
still
worth it.
counts for
Stupid.
6,
It was
7
worth
with
it.
the extra point.
Dumbest.
Wah, wah,
Okay. All right.
wah.
Next question.
All right, next question on the Twisted Cupid podcast. If you guys got questions to write in, write them to twistedcupidpodcast@gmail.com, or even better, write them in the chat live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take our next one from the Wild Animals on Reddit. Oh, you know what? I made a theme thing, but I didn't use it. The theme for tonight is past mistakes cause current aches. That's right. Past mistakes called current aches. That's the theme. Now for our next question from the Wild Animals on Reddit.
Next question. Quit my job for a trip? I'm 24 and my partner Andrew is 25. He has the opportunity to go to Iceland at the end of the month. The event is from June 28th to the 30th. It came up all of a sudden, and we did not expect for him to be able to do this. I want to go.
Wait, June 28th to the 30th?
Yes.
It's a shitty
2
trip
days.
to Iceland.
That's 2 days.
So just
She's making it sound like
okay.
it's like.
No, yeah, just
Sorry.
Just listen, no.
Yeah, I was picturing like at
Kinda.
least a week.
Because,
You're like,
yeah.
how good was this fucking 2 days?
Is the trip just the plane ride? Like, what
Guys,
is that?
guys have a really exciting layover in Reykjavik.
You better get laid on that layover. Otherwise, you should have kept your job.
I'm actually going to Cleveland, but I'm flying Spirit, and the layover's in Reykjavik for some reason.
The ticket was only $20, but my carry-on cost me my job and livelihood. No.
I want to go. However, my job requires me to be there on July 3rd, and I have to leave on July 2nd to ensure that I arrive in time. So I can only go from June 22nd to June 26th to July 2nd. So they are intending to go for longer than that.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So my partner wants the trip to be from June 27th to July 6th.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm getting the math quiz now.
I've told him I can't do that. I have work and life obligations. He wants me to call in sick that day. I work for one of the 5 workers. If I don't show up, it is a giant clusterfuck. I've had this day scheduled for over a month. I'm leaving the job a week later. I put in a 1 month's notice. And I called him on the phone to tell him that I cannot absolutely do this and leave earlier than what I've said. In the end, he said, I feel like you're putting your job before me and this relationship, and I need to reevaluate our relationship and our time. And he hung up.
Oh, you got to break up with him. You got to break up with him. First of all, who needs 10 days in Iceland?
Yeah, that's pretty
okay?
wild.
It's the size of New Jersey. All right? Like, what are you going to do?
I'm with Pranav on this.
Yeah.
It really is. I've been to Iceland a couple times. It's fine.
Okay.
And the people there are
It's
giants, so you can barely
beautiful,
fit on the island
But
anyway.
you can do it in 4 days tops. The second time, I'm like, the only thing that's changed about this bitch is your glaciers are getting smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, could have seen that on a YouTube
Turn
video.
Global warming is
it
gonna
into
take you
wetland.
Can I just point out right now? I have a baby on the way, and I have a kid right now, and the kid is not with me. He's with my parents for 10 days.
I was wondering
That's
where it was.
awesome.
The exact amount of time that she couldn't get off for vacation. It's like, dude, like 10 days isn't a big deal.
No.
Like 10 days
No.
is not
So,
a big deal.
also-
If you were like, I'm gonna go away for a year, like, why can you not figure out your life? Like, okay, if she says she doesn't want to go or she does want to go and she quits her job, like, why can't you figure that out? 10 days is not a big deal.
Let me
Also, did you get a cat cam? Just want to make sure. Did you get a cat
Do you
Yeah,
cam?
have
make
a
it
cat
boomer-proof,
cam?
too,
You
'cause this could
cannot
get
go
weird.
on vacation. So also, just to clarify, sorry, she's saying that she's already quitting the job. However,
Oh, wow. Okay.
she doesn't
Oh,
want
this isn't a new job she's going into? I thought that's what it was.
Why didn't she take our advice on whether or not to quit the job? I feel
wait.
cheated by this lady.
No, it's her current job. She has given her notice.
Okay.
And so the issue is her giving more notice. Like, or
Oh, no, fuck that, actually.
cutting
This is
her
such a
notice
nothing
short.
question.
Oh,
So
God,
instead
who
of
cares?
saying, okay, I'm quitting on July 7th, I'm quitting on on June 26th.
This
when
is
they
the
go
most
on this
boring
trip.
woman on the planet.
Oh
She
my
needs
God.
this trip. She needs this
yeah.
trip.
Why
you
does she
need-
care about a referral?
Yeah.
Like, just
Okay,
get
now
out of
I
there.
I know. Seriously, I would just get out of there. Fuck them. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
You
not
already
giving
told
them
them
the full
you're quitting.
2
Well,
weeks.
But clarify whom you're speaking to. Are you talking to her or the boyfriend?
Her.
Oh,
She
yeah.
should quit
Yeah.
the job. I mean, she
Yeah,
quit
she
the
already quit. Who
job.
gives
Oh
a
no,
shit?
I'm talking to the boyfriend. The boyfriend needs to get the fuck out of there.
Oh, no,
She's a nightmare.
I
She's
agree
a
with you at
nightmare.
first, yeah.
Get out.
Oh, the boyfriend needs to get out. You're saying?
yeah, I'm saying
yeah.
the boyfriend needs to
Okay,
get out.
I misunderstood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
because-
She just sounds like a little bit of a dork who's like, I
Yeah.
need to honor all 2 weeks of the 2 week notice. Like,
it's
no.
a rule.
and
It's in my contract.
So,
Hmm.
so you're saying it's because not everyone's kind of like loyal and honest like
yeah,
that.
don't be
Yeah.
loyal to your company, guys.
Yeah.
That's a
Not that you're
stupid
quitting.
thing to do.
Especially when
Yeah.
they're not
They're not
paying-
loyal to you.
Listen, especially if you don't have paid vacations, you don't need to be loyal
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
Joel on YouTube says, screw it, quit the job. The person might be able to get a gig cat sitting.
That's right. That's right. You cat sit while you're in Iceland using one of those cams. You could work remote for cat sitting now.
No, I feel like this person has to be young because I feel like back in my days.
24.
Okay.
24.
Well, I feel like I would have panic attacks, and I only worked at like a McDonald's or something like that. Like, oh no,
Sure.
just wanting to worry about someone else's opinion, and I was only making like $12 an hour. You know what I mean?
Look, when you're 24, the boyfriend's a little bitch because he's 24. He's like, you're not coming for it. You're going to miss 2 days. You don't love me. And you're a dork for needing to honor the 2-week thing.
Yeah,
Just
that's
go.
weird.
Also-
you're 24. Who gives a fuck?
They're shocked
know?
you even put in the 2 weeks.
I
in
know.
honor.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's like
Be a real 24-year-old and cheat on her the first 2 days.
They're not going to miss you. They're not McDonald's. You don't need a referral from McDonald's. Okay?
I mean, I
fine.
get.
Wendy's will still take you.
Yeah.
I get the whole like, I'm young and I want to have a career and stuff. Like when I was young, I would do such stupid stuff. Like it would be my day off and I would go in and work for half a day just to like prove how committed to the company was. And guess what
Gross.
happened to that company? Totally not functional anymore.
That's right. They ripped
Also-
off your 401k without
Yeah.
a 2-week notice.
Yeah.
It was like, it took me like a year to be like, hey, do you guys remember all that 401k savings? Can you just like tell me the company it went to? Because that'd be awesome. And anyway, it was like such a struggle.
Listen, I
But-
just got laid off recently
Oh,
from
I'm
my
sorry to
day
hear
job.
that.
No, it's totally fine. They gave me not even a week notice, and that week that I was remaining there was so I could like transfer knowledge to
Oh, yeah, because
somebody
that's-
else.
made you
Well, that's
train
that's
your own
obviously
replacement.
I didn't mind
number
that.
one.
I didn't mind.
Wow.
Things shit happens,
wow.
But I'm like, you don't need to be loyal
No.
to big megalithic companies that are absolutely not personal human beings.
I would have trained the replacement all wrong, dude.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
I really don't know who she works for, but either way, you don't need to be loyal to anyone. You do you. That's what it is. I mean, I remember I worked at a deli, and then on 4th of July.
Says a 9-month pregnant woman. You don't need to be loyal to anyone.
That's right.
I'm
That's right.
gonna do this thing on my own.
I don't give a damn how many
I
months
don't
they spent
care.
inside you.
I don't care
You
if
don't know them
Jake's at the
shit.
hospital or not.
No, but
I already gave birth to this little shit. I don't have to take him to school sober. Come on now.
do you
Sorry,
know
I
how many
should've done
times, like on holidays, all of a sudden there's like car accidents and you get sick and blah 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 blah. Like
Yeah.
businesses deal with this all the time. It's take a personal day. You don't owe them crap. Just do it. Nothing's gonna happen. The law's on
Yeah.
your side.
Yeah.
Defos.
You know.
Lie and say you got COVID. That's
Oh,
still
that's a
you
good
know,
one,
You
actually.
can still do that.
Yeah.
The guys that just tested for COVID, that's
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
idea.
Uh-huh.
Also, can I just be that person? So I book travel a lot, and it's so when you were talking about an Icelandair flight,
Yeah.
you're talking about $300. Like you're not talking
Really?
about a lot of
You
money.
can go to Iceland
I-
for $300.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That kind of rocks.
Jake's
Wait.
about to leave his family.
Should I have?
I'm gonna go get
Yeah,
me a
it's
giant tall Game of
Icelandair
Thrones
is-
lady.
Is that where we should have done our honeymoon instead?
Icelandair is very cheap.
I had
And
no
so
idea.
It's like again, if you're 24, $300. When I was 24, $300 was a lot of money for me. So I totally get it. But
How
at the
dare you?
same
That's a lot of
time,
money to us now when we got a second kid on the way.
If you have a partner that's like, okay, let's do this. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you've already given your notice. Like, what are you talking about? It's just sad because like she just sounds like someone who, from the age of get, is indoctrined into this. Like, you have to do this. You have to do this. It's like, I think. I've said this before on this podcast. I'm going to say it again. She needs to watch the movie How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
Yeah. I was going to suggest Thelma and Louise, but Stella in the groove thing is good too.
I was going to recommend Commando. But that's the movie I always recommend to people,
Wait.
no matter what the situation.
I was going to recommend Debbie Does Iceland. I heard she got there for like $300. She did the whole country. Bunch of giants, one right after another.
Well, okay. Correct me or not. The question she's asking is, should I quit my job?
Should she quit her job one
But
week
she,
early?
she already did quit her job, so
Yeah,
yes.
you-
Just who cares?
You're done with the job.
1
lady.
week, 2
Yeah,
weeks.
the
Just
semantics
say,
This-
are important.
so
to us.
I-
say you have something personal going on and quit, and then move on. And there's always another job. There's like 7 billion people in the world. You'll be fine.
Now, why you couldn't just have this conversation and come to this conclusion with your boyfriend
It's nuts.
is beyond me.
That's the real
I'm
problem.
assuming that you're
Thank you.
I'm assuming that you're highly unskilled labor. that is my conclusion. Yeah.
Yeah, you got hit in the head, something. Your mom couldn't stay sober for 9
I
months,
know,
something
I know.
happened.
No, but I
You
think
gave your 2 weeks notice to a ditch that you were digging. Is what it
She's in a
sounded
padded
like.
room
Yeah.
right now talking about
But
alcohol.
I think that Pranav is bringing up an excellent point. The fact that she, A, can't articulate this want to her partner, B, her employer, she's got some life skills that she needs to bulk up. I don't know what TikTok videos she needs to watch to learn those, but it's like if she can't for the rest of her life go through saying, hey, I want this, it's not going to turn out well.
It's so funny because I misheard the question at the beginning. I initially thought we were talking about, until we started talking about it, I thought her question was, should I quit my job for the trip? She's already quit the job.
Yeah.
I love when the question isn't the real problem.
Yeah,
the real
truly.
problem is what the fuck is wrong with you to make you like this, to where this is an issue in your life. Like, why
am I such a dork?
Yeah. What happened to you?
I
What
feel
happened to
like
you?
I feel like she is one of those people that does everything right. She's not used to she just always had her homework done. I feel like you two guys have been fired from multiple jobs and you're just numb to
And I
it.
stole shit on the way out.
Laid
That's
off.
right. I
Laid
stole on
off.
the way out.
Laid off.
I spit in the food and stole on the way out.
Thank you for not including me in that, because I was once not fired, but I thought it was happening and I just left before it did. So
Damn straight.
that's not being
Damn
fired.
straight.
I've been escorted out of a building before,
Yeah.
and it was by a person I had complained about. And then she was the one that actually escorted me out as I was getting fired.
That
Did
must
she-
have been so sweet for her.
Did she have the
So
literal
nice
last
for
laugh
her.
right in your face?
Did she push the elevator button for you?
Oh yeah, she watched me pack my stuff, and then she basically opened the door for me as I left and everything. Because we had all our personal lockers, so I had to take all my stuff out of the lockers in front of not her, but also 2 other people. So there was 3 people escorting me out of this building.
Now, when she held the door for you, did she wait to make sure it didn't hit you in the ass on the way out, or did she just let the hinges fly?
I think I felt a little kick.
and then, wait, was there an elevator involved?
No, an escalator. There was an escalator.
I was gonna say, it's a shame that you couldn't have farted in the elevator. That would have been so good. Like a really nasty,
There was
Although it
because
would've been
from the
good to
office.
fart-
Mexican fart.
From the office, I had to
that
go-
doesn't say anything about Mexicans.
I
The
had to
food,
go
not
down
the
the
people. The
escalator.
food, not the people. Although, if you farted on your way down the escalator and she's behind you, that's still pretty good.
Yeah,
Joanne
it is.
on YouTube says, "F those people, F those 2-week giving people."
That's the spirit, Joanne.
No, I feel
Uh-huh.
if you just walk out on the job, that's how it should be. That's how every job should
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't wait 2 weeks
I
to
know.
just take it.
If anything, just cock tease them and give your 2-week notice, and then the next day call in and be like, "I would show up, but I am high on PCP right now." Later, and then just hang the phone up.
I think it's okay. So my final advice for this person is: you are young, and you need to look yourself in the mirror and go, I'm young, and there's a lot of life ahead of me, arguably, unless you get swallowed by a volcano in Iceland. But it's, live your life. I mean, the fuck are you talking about? I mean, I think it's more of don't reflect on what your own life is. Think about what everyone else around you doesn't have.
Yeah.
And you have this opportunity, and you're being a selfish bitch by even posting this on Reddit.
Yeah.
Also, is the boyfriend paying for the trip?
Okay. That's where you've got me. I don't know.
Okay.
It just says he has this amazing opportunity. It almost sounds like her boyfriend's a DJ.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Playing
Iceland.
techno in
I
Iceland.
Yeah.
smell DJ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, a DJ's paying attention to her?
I know.
I mean,
He's a
first
bad
of all,
DJ.
No, she's paying attention to a DJ.
no, but
that's-
I'm saying
That's the
DJs are known
sentence.
for cheating and stuff. Why does he care if she comes to
Okay, it's you know.
No,
let's-
she's way too lame to bang a DJ.
We're too late in the question to unpack
This
if
guy
he's a
plows
DJ
snow.
or not. just whatever. Okay, we're on final advice. We can't
Okay,
unpack if he's a
okay.
DJ or not.
Nah.
Okay,
He
so
only plays old school polka music.
I'm just saying. You're 24. You've already quit the job. If you have the money, go. Because what do you think is going to happen at the end of the day? What's the worst thing
Yeah.
that's going to happen?
That's right.
Oh my God, your reputation's going to get
fuck off. You're
I got
24.
fired from a job I quit.
You can if Robert Durst can rebuild his reputation, so can you.
Whoa,
So
That's right.
Durst.
Yeah.
That's right. Spacey's going to be back in movies soon. You can do it too, huh? You can,
Okay,
you can turn things around.
That's my. What other final advice we have for this person?
I think that's it. She
Yeah.
needs to leave this job and go to Iceland. Like, I don't know what's stopping her.
That's right. In fact, no, you know what? I say stay.
$300.
The more we've talked about this lady, the more I want her to stay at her job and skip Iceland. She's going to ruin this cool DJ's fun trip.
I know, seriously.
I'm looking out for the DJ. He sounds like a fun hang.
He's like, I want to do ketamine. She's like, I want to eat lutefisk.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I want to eat boring
Because
pickled fish.
that's clearly the type that she is. She's like a little Lisa
Yeah.
Simpson ass
Uh-huh.
bitch, right?
Yeah.
She like doesn't
She
want to.
sucks.
She needs to honor the 2-week notice and she. Yeah,
I just
she's
can't.
gonna.
I
That's
just
right.
can't believe she's put this much energy into this, and that we have as well. Like,
know.
this is like already
She's terrible.
exhausting.
Yeah.
She's
At
terrible.
least we're having fun though.
Lady, if you keep this up, you're going to end up like the lady in the last question with a stupid cam for your cat when you go away.
Again, I gave away my kid for 10 days without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I have
so-
no idea where he's at right now, dude. I'm good to go.
He's in Iceland.
Yeah,
DJing.
that's right. He's learning to hunt bear and stuff like that. Whatever they got up there.
Next question.
All right. Next question on the Twisted Cupid podcast. If you guys got questions to write in, then write them immediately to twistedcupidpodcast@gmail.com, or even better, put them immediately in the chat. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Let's take our next one from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. Mother felt unappreciated. I'll set the stage for this by saying those that are involved. Ages are changed partially for anonymity.
No one cares, dude.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
would have
Wait,
figured it
no,
out
I'm
if I
sorry.
would have known you were
I don't
24
even
instead
know
of
I don't
28.
even
Ages
know.
are-
I don't even know where I read that sentence. That's me being a bad editor, and I apologize.
That's psychotic.
Me, 28, wife, 32, mom, 60. I've been with my wife for 3.5 years and married for almost 2 months. I have a strained relationship with my family for the most part of my life, and so my whole life has been shitty situations that have led me to this point. My mother has emotionally neglected me after the death of my grandfather, and my father was basically absent. The main relevant context is that in 2021, I purchased a condo with the assistance of my mother. Ever since I received her assistance, she made it a point to tell me every chance she got that I owe her money. I then sold the condo in 2022 and immediately paid her. This is a very short way of saying that she likes to consistently hold things over my head. This last year, I got married to my wife, the love of my life. Leading up to the wedding, my mother paid for our rehearsal dinner and honeymoon. Along the way, she would have help with our other family. My wife and I are the ones who paid for the main wedding, venue, catering, etc. After the wedding, we sent a very generic thank you card that had a photo featured on the card and a thank you note on the back for the people who came to the wedding. My mother asked me asked to meet with me tonight for dinner, which was at the end of dinner. She explained that she felt as though she was unappreciated for all of the things that she had done for me and my wife leading up to the wedding. I genuinely had no clue that she felt this way, but for some reason in the moment I felt pure rage. I don't know why. I almost felt as though I was backed into a corner, that she would continue to hold shit over my head for the rest of my life. How do I proceed?
So just to clarify,
don't-
she's mad about the thank you card?
I don't understand. This is way too long. First of all,
Yeah,
what
it's
is
a
Yeah, she
long
could
one.
have edited.
And
She
I
could have edited for
truncated
sure.
it.
So
Can
wait,
someone summarize what the fuck happened?
Okay.
He has a mother. He can never
Oh,
he
this
can
is
never.
him.
Let me summarize.
Yeah,
let
this
me,
dude
let me-
should have cut it
'cause
down
this,
by a
this
lot.
question's actually very simple when you summarize it.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so he has a mother that he didn't have a great relationship with. He then wanted to buy a condo, a property, and she helped him, gave him money for that condo. He only owned it for a year. So for the year that he owned it, she was like, "Oh, you owe me." He then sold it and then paid her back promptly. So that was in 2022. This year, he got married to his wife, and then his mom gave them money or paid for the rehearsal dinner and for the honeymoon, but he and his wife paid for the main wedding. when they sent thank you notes for the wedding, they did a photo, and on the back of that photo postcard was a generic "Thanks for coming to the wedding."
Well, it just sounds like
And that's what they sent to the mom.
He's the son that can never please the mom.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a tale's as old as time. Like
No,
this
no,
is-
no. I am so in disagreement with you. Like a fucking cunty move. If you get married and anyone comes to your wedding and you do not write a handwritten note.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like,
that's all the mom's asking for.
See,
a
but
handwritten
this is a
note.
dude, though. This is a dude. I didn't know we had thank you cards for weddings until right now.
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting
didn't know
married.
anything about a wedding. When
Yeah.
you
Why
got
would a
married.
dude give a fuck about
Yeah,
that?
this
And
ain't
why
a
would
dude
the
thing.
mom be like, I need a thank you note for coming to my son's wedding?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
this is
you're
crazy.
saying this is just
crazy.
a pure like
This is nuts,
male
though.
female like.
I think they're
100%.
both. I think they're both.
I think
stupid.
so.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I mean, they're
And my
both
mom
stupid.
yelled at me for this. I'll tell you right now. I'd be like, you should be yelling at my wife about this.
Yeah,
I'm the dude.
exactly.
I don't do thank you
No, no,
cards.
You
no.
need to take this up to
What do we-
management,
yeah.
mom.
I didn't know what. I didn't even know
New,
what
new.
happened.
You're gonna have to take this up with new mom.
I would be like, she sent a thank you
Yeah.
card to people. I didn't know that.
But
Where did she
my-
get thank you card money? We're broke.
My husband's very funny. His family is very funny when it comes to like thank you cards, which I actually really appreciate. I totally like. I totally like it. I get it. Like we send thank you cards for Christmas gifts, etc.
Dude, that sounds
But
lame.
so
You sound like Cat Lady
we
right now.
we went to a wedding.
You sound like you are worried about a 2-week notice. We're honoring a 2-week notice.
on that?
I don't give notice. I don't give thank you cards. I fly with the
Wait.
wind like the end of Thelma and Louise, baby.
No,
He
honestly,
doesn't even know where his baby is right
Yeah.
now.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Just
What
to tell-
baby?
Wait,
What baby?
wait,
Drive
just-
off the cliff right now.
He's like, oh no, I can't find our baby. Let's just make a new one.
All right, but
Let's
right.
make a new one.
Disposable creatures, I said.
honestly, just to tag
Yeah,
on to
it's like-
freaking frack right here. Joanne on YouTube says she needs her attention bucket filled. He should buy her a cat.
Wow.
That's right. Buy a camera for it
And
when he
then,
ain't
yeah.
home and
No,
feels lonely.
I agree, but I feel like this. I feel like he hasn't been able to please her no matter what. But yeah, I do agree that he dropped the ball with the thank you cards.
So yeah, so I'm just okay. So the reason why, my personal opinion is that I think it is a dick move. Like if you invite people to your wedding, they give you a gift, and you send them back a generic ass postcard. It's like fuck right off.
Yeah.
Like so. Again, my husband's very funny. Like one of his best friends got married, and they sent us a generic card. He was like, "Can you believe?" Can you believe that they did that? He was so like upset, and I was like, "Yeah, it is a dick move, but I'm not gonna like lose sleep over it." He was like slamming it on the counter, like an Italian mother. I'm like, it's not that big of a deal.
This thank you card is an insult.
That was definitely your husband's way of coming out to you as gay.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
sure, dude.
I'm just
Wow.
saying.
No, and I'm receptive to all of those
I
signals.
know.
Yeah.
We're in New York.
I've
We're in
literally
New York.
never given a shit about a
Yeah.
thank you card in
I
my
know.
entire life.
He
In my
didn't-
entire
Jake
life.
doesn't
What the
even
dad
know if we
should
send
do.
thank you cards.
The dad
What
should
it-
send a new card, same
What do our
picture.
thank you cards look like?
But on the back of it, he should do a handwritten note that says "fuck off, mom." Thanks for the condo, bitch. I'm on to newer and better things.
Because it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't even matter what you really say in the thing. It's just like, I mean, obviously try and be heartfelt, but say something. They made the effort to come to your wedding. You write on
It's
the
your
the note.
mom.
I just
Yeah.
want to
But
say,
yeah, then
but
oh, wait,
Suzanne,
sorry.
Yeah, he paid
Let
her
me-
back,
He
man.
paid her back.
He paid her
Did
back.
she get? It's like one thing when you because hauling ass
So
to a
you're
wedding.
saying that she should just be like, this is just my son.
I
It's
think
just
so.
like, well, it's
I
like,
think
I don't
so.
listen. If it's hauling ass to a wedding is a pain in the ass, right? I had to go to
Yeah.
a wedding
Nightmare.
recently, and
Terrible.
it was a trip. And so if they send us a thank you card, it's like yes, that's appreciated because we buy them a gift. It's a lot of money that you're spending, and it's like
But
people that aren't.
a handwritten thank you note, or like
So
a
any
generic.
thank you card is fine, but I understand then the need. But listen, how big was the wedding, right? Are you really going to sit
That's
there,
true.
300 people, write a handwritten thank you
That's
note
how you get
for
arthritis.
everybody?
We only had like 76 people.
Like
so,
no,
yeah.
usually
That's
you
a
better
way
give them
specific number.
little gifts. You give them a little thing of Mima's jam that she makes or whatever, right? And you give that to the people at the wedding or whatever. But
I mean, I'm
Fair
good with the
enough.
open bar, though. You know what I
I
mean?
think that's exactly
fine.
right.
That's, what do we... What are we
also,
doing? That's the thank you card. It's an open bar.
I hate that. I feel like this is a typical guy writing a question because
Yeah, this guy rocks.
no, because the whole problem with his mom does not. It's not really about the thank you card. This has been going on for a long time.
Sure.
And it's just now he's mad that the mom is mad about how he sent out the thank you cards. Yeah, that was just another thing that you failed to do, which I agree. He did a crappy job with his thank you cards. But
I wonder how many people I've pissed off in my life by not sending thank you cards.
I know,
I've never
seriously.
sent one.
Do I need to send you guys a thank you card
I don't know.
after leaving here? Are you guys going to send me a thank you card?
Well, you were the guy. I got to send you one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Handwritten.
Handwritten.
No,
I
no.
didn't-
Handwritten.
You're not going to be able to read it. My handwriting's fucking
listen
terrible.
to Suzanne because she's going to tell you.
Amy's point is exactly that. I gave my school librarian point of view. Always send a thank you card. But Amy's point is that it doesn't matter with a thank you note with this woman. She's always going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if she gets an elephant that can sing Elvis. You
That's
know,
true.
She's
But-
always going to be mad that he didn't do enough for her.
You know what they need to do? These two just need to fuck at this point.
Yeah.
That's been an ongoing struggle.
That's right.
It's been a will they, won't they, pettiness.
Get nasty and Freudian with
yeah.
it.
I mean, I think that's probably what's going to end up
That's
happening.
right.
Wow,
That's right.
I thought an elephant was going to be enough. No.
No.
Thank you, Pranav, for
Bone
correcting
like
I'm
an
me.
just
ancient
saying,
Greek myth.
That's what it's all kind of. It's giving Oedipus. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like we need to move on because the thing is that he's not getting it. I feel like if you heard what the mom was really complaining about this entire time, she wouldn't have uttered anything about a thank you card. I feel like she's been very clear to her son about what's pissing her off, and he's still like, "Oh, I didn't take the dishes out on time, did I?"
He's
You know?
giving, so this is my final advice. He's giving deadbeat son vibes. So you kind of sound like I'm on your mom's side. Who else? Who else? Anyone else?
I think give her a really generic thank you card. Like get her the shittiest
And you know what?
one
I'm
you can
actually
find.
coming around to your position.
Yeah.
It sounds like he was like, I'm not close with my mom or whatever, but she helped you buy a condo. You guys have a relationship.
Yeah.
It's not a
She
good
paid
relationship.
she paid for the honeymoon and the reception.
Okay,
like
that's-
one of the receptions.
Oh, get the fuck out! Really?
She paid for the honeymoon
Okay, I missed
and
that.
also the reception.
Well, then you know what? A handwritten card itself is not even enough.
What are you doing, you
Okay,
animal?
that's not even enough.
Listen.
That's not even close to enough. You're definitely in the wrong here. dude.
Yeah, 23
You're
hours of
definitely in the
labor into
wrong.
condo
wow.
and a honeymoon.
Wow.
Come on now.
Wow. Okay.
Come on now.
Huge flip flop on my part.
You should chisel it in
Information
stone
help.
like Moses.
Yeah.
This thank you card.
Yeah.
This podcast gonna make you think. What?
That's right.
Okay.
That's
That
right.
needs to be our new hashtag. Okay. Any other final advice, or let's just plow through this last
Let's
question.
plow through
Yeah.
the last
By
question.
9:30.
Let's do the last question on the Twisted Cupid podcast. If you guys have any, let me read a couple questions though. Joanne on YouTube says she needs her attention.
I already
you
read that
Sorry.
one.
Matt on YouTube says thing that I'm so dumb. Matt on YouTube says thing that Grandma didn't relish. You had to go through the Colombians. You get ammo. She did. Oh, anyway.
God,
I'm
do
not
I
sure
wish
what that
I had
means.
better eyesight.
Yeah, I wish I could read better.
Here,
I wish
it's really close.
I
I
see
wish these
perfect, but I'm not
commenters weren't
literate.
schizophrenic.
Okay, Joel
Joel on
says
YouTube.
thank you cards are so yesterday. Now you can make a thank you post on your socials. Put the post office out of business. Whoop whoop.
That's
whoop.
right. Now
And-
post office people can't
Like
be
a
their
little
family
handwritten
anymore.
Card.
Matt says, "Hey, I'm easy, Grandma. You want thank you cards? Look at that beauty." I don't know. I don't want. I'm too scared to read the rest of the
We can't
question.
indulge.
There we go.
Can't
There
feed
we
the
go.
schizos.
Yeah, let's move on. I feel like they just need to go to counseling. Let them go to counseling, and
Him and his mom.
yes, and
Yeah.
it's not about the thank you card.
Why would you
Boom.
do that to a counselor? Okay. Okay.
Last question
Last
on the
question.
Twisted Cupid podcast.
Last question. We're going to blow through this lightning round style. I'm going to read the question very quickly, and then we're going to go around the room, and each person is going to give their opinion about the question. Husband told colleagues negative things. My husband 41, or I'm 41, and my husband is 46. He has a habit of speaking before he thinks. It's a very consistent problem. He told something to his colleagues
that then got back to me, and then I called him out and told him that I heard about what he had said about me. He told me that I should have chosen silence over love, but
That's some 50 shit.
but
Wow.
was refusing to tell him. But I then refused to tell him who told me the negative things he said about me. How should I handle?
Wait, that her own husband was talking shit about her?
Okay,
Yes.
this is too vague, though. I need to know
But
what
in-
the info was.
In front of who? Wait.
No, not
Someone
Was
at
yet.
work.
this, wait,
Someone at
Colley's,
work.
wait, at his job? Or
Yeah.
at her
Yeah.
job? Or do they work
He-
together?
His
He
job.
told he
His job.
told colleagues at his job
His job.
shit about her.
Wow.
It got back to her because she obviously has a relationship with multiple.
And she's having an affair with one
That's
of his
what I was
colleagues.
thinking.
That's what it
Yeah.
sounds like to me.
But so the fact
She sucked that secret right out of him like she was
So,
siphoning gas.
What the husband was upset about is like he's like, tell me who said it to you. So she obviously knows everyone that he works with. So
Yeah.
it's like, so again, like his issue is, oh, who'd you talk to, not what came out of my mouth. So I mean, I'll just go first. I think that if your husband is consistently slagging you off
Yeah.
to your colleagues or to his colleagues and it's coming back to you, the fuck, like you're 41, like this, it does not a relationship last. Like get out, because
Yeah.
he sounds like a Channing Tatum that just cheats. You know what I mean? Like he's just got those vibes. Like he's probably really
Is
good looking.
Channing
but he
Tatum known
just-
as a cheater?
no, I'm just saying, like, as far as like looks, or
Oh.
does everyone hate Channing Tatum?
Well, why?
No.
Why are you getting the sense that he's hot?
No, just because, like why?
I mean, he'd have some
if he's
redeeming
5 years
qualities, I
older and she's still with him, why is she putting up with him?
Ah.
Or you
Sure.
think that they're just like
They've probably
fatos?
been together for a while, right?
think so?
And also, they're both approaching middle age, so you
Well, it
stick
sounds
with shit like that.
she's already making
Right.
excuses for him. She's like, he doesn't even think before he talks. I'm like, oh, he thinks.
But I,
Oh, yeah.
sorry,
His coworkers know exactly what he thinks about you.
I fully think that she feels like he's hotter than she is, and
Yeah.
so therefore that she should put up with this.
Wow.
So it's like, girl, get yo's own boots. Like, you don't need to put up with this shit. This is like your husband's slagging you off to other people. Like, if I heard my husband say that, unless it was like totally true, I'd
Sure.
be like, fuck off. Like,
I mean, even if it's true, right? You don't want to hear that, but I need to know what
Right.
the details are of this. It's
Yeah.
like, my wife is,
Ooh.
she goes
Not-
crazy for anal
Good
in the
point.
sack. Oh my God.
No,
Good
Joel-
point.
She can't get enough of my
it was-
butthole.
they were
Good point.
They were
She left
negative
them out.
things.
She
Not
left out the
negative things,
details.
not positive things.
She didn't,
I
she
mention
didn't-
this every podcast. I pointed out at least once. When in doubt, because of a lack of detail that seems very important and readily available.
You know what I think it is?
err against
I
the
think
person
they're
writing the question.
alcoholics. Because the
Yeah.
only way she would know is
She's a
colleagues is because
drunk.
they're all at the bar.
Yeah, that's
Right?
right. That's
Yeah.
right. She's alcoholic. And this guy says things like, my wife's an alcoholic. And she's like, how dare you? How dare you? And then she throws a rock.
My
splash
wife
at him.
relapsed. This is all happening at AA.
Yeah, and it turns out the husband is just trying to
Oh.
I just don't know what to do. I just
maybe
want to get her
that's
help.
why he says
I love her so
colleague.
much, but she blacks out and drives our kids to school.
Yeah,
and
that's why.
she's making
That's
him the
why he
bad guy.
says. That's why she says colleagues. It's actually not people he works with. It's his AA people. That makes more sense.
No,
That's
Joel
right.
makes a good point. He says he wasn't talking negative. Most people actually have a gag reflex. It's not like he singled her out. Good point. Good point.
Wait, you don't
That's-
single your.
he's saying
you
that she-
always single your wife out or your partner out. What are you talking about?
yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
I think, yeah. The more we've thought about it, the more I'm on this dude's side. Whatever he said at work is very true. Otherwise, it would be in there.
That's true.
Otherwise, it'd be in there. This is, I pointed out once a week. This is a source by Ford about them. Their personal Fox News, their personal MSNBC, their personal North Korean state-run news. If they inherited the whole country, so when they leave out way important shit, I have to think it's because it would make them look bad.
I just think I mean, I feel like when you're just randomly saying negative stuff about your significant other, I mean, yeah, you can have a bitch day
It's
and
not nice,
stuff.
but it's very much true.
I don't know. I mean,
But I
I
mean-
talk shit about my girlfriend.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
really.
But I mean, if
Not
you're,
My
if
wife's
you're
not on the
doing it,
podcast
if
with
you're
me. I
doing
do
it
it all the time.
all the time, then your relationship's kind of
Yeah, that's
over.
true.
I think you're
Sure.
And
calling
my
out for
stuff's
help.
pretty hard. It's like,
That-
oh, my girlfriend's
sorry.
mad at me or whatever. It's not
just
like
to
she's a
confirm,
cunt.
the loop is you would talk shit about your girlfriend to someone that you work with. And sorry, I know you just talked to said that you got laid off. But anyway, but
It's okay.
I'm
I'm totally at peace with it. Yeah.
He walked out on his terms.
That's right.
You talk
Lay
shit
me off. I'm
about-
getting laid in the coat check room. How dare you?
You talk shit about your girlfriend to someone that you work with. That person that you work with tells your girlfriend what you said, and then she's
Yeah.
like, Pranav, what the fuck?
Well, whoever told the girlfriend wants to fuck the girlfriend or the
Yeah.
wife, right?
Oh, no, that's true.
lie.
That's for sure
That's
true.
definitely
Somebody's
true.
trying to break up your
Yeah,
marriage.
yeah,
That's
for sure.
right. And she left out how she knows this person too in the context
Yeah.
of the
And by the way, I don't
This lady's
really.
shady.
By the
This
way,
lady's
I
shady.
don't personally actually talk shit about my girlfriend. I only really say nice things about her because she is
Allegedly.
amazing.
Sure.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Sure. At least while the cameras are rolling. I get you. I smell what you're stepping in.
It's that this person is talking so much shit that there's multiple people. So either again, like let's say they used to work at the same bar and then they knew everyone that worked at the bar. She left, etc.
Sure.
So that's getting back.
Yeah.
To so anyway, so that's my final advice. What other final advice do we have before we need to wrap up in 90 seconds?
Yeah, I mean the dude is in the wrong.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't
For
be
sure.
you shouldn't talk serious shit about your significant other to people at work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Even if it's
that's
true.
bullshit.
Only unless it was like funny. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Right.
she farted. She farted during sex.
It's
Sorry,
hilarious. It's
sorry.
it's
I know
fair
I've already
game.
given my turn. Only if it's funny enough to break up over, which
That's right.
which
That's
has
right.
happened
Uh-huh.
to me
What?
multiple times.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd
to
you
talk-
say about the dude?
To talk shit about someone enough to know that if it got out there about them that they would break up with you. Yeah, that's happened.
What did you
Oh, there
talk
you go.
shit
Yeah.
about?
Okay.
Like,
Uh-huh.
Another podcast. Okay, keep on. Keep on.
Well, there you go. That was a good preview for the next episode.
Yeah.
I know. I want you to write in a question next
Okay.
week.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. Again, we
I'm
only
gonna,
have
I'm gonna pretend to stop
we only-
rolling
okay,
on
now
this,
we have-
and we're gonna ask
we
Suzanne
only have
about
six.
this.
Now we only have 60 seconds. Okay. What are the final advice?
All right.
Um,
The
No.
dude is in the wrong. You're in the wrong for being canoodling with his colleagues, though.
Yeah.
So you're the one who's wrong
Exactly.
for having an affair.
Exactly.
What?
She breezed right over
we
that
don't know if
detail too.
she's having an affair.
But we don't know that she's not, and she
I
left
think-
out
Listen,
that
it's
detail.
guy code. Last resort, you got to
Okay,
gaslight.
listen.
Okay,
That's right.
you're having an
That's
affair.
right.
And it's
That's
girl
right.
code
That's
that
right.
no matter what happens, we're the best detectives ever, and we
That's
find
true.
out everything. So
Yeah,
don't
that
even
is
try
true.
and hide shit from us.
Yeah,
Okay.
and a good detective is good at leaving out details they don't want people to know.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They teach you
Planting
that in-
evidence.
Uh-huh. In
So the
detectives,
whole
that's
point of this
right.
question is girls are smarter than guys. Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, my final advice is it's a two-parter. A, she knows what she did wrong, and she should come to terms with that and admit it.
Yes.
And B, since we're giving her advice, you know who you got the information from, but he doesn't. So you should just, instead of breaking up with him, I say just look at him and go, just go back to work and know that I know what you're saying at all times. Just like Santa Claus. I
She has
know-
a cat cam
That's
at work
right.
monitoring him.
That's right. I'm pussy watching today. Every time you clock in, I'm watching that pussy, son. So you better not. Just like Kris Kringle, I know when you're naughty and I know when you're nice. So you better be nice at work.
And
Awesome.
sit on my lap.
I got a nice toy for you if you're real nice. Yeah. Anyway, you guys have been great, man. Thank you so much to Pranav Behari.
Hey,
You guys
thanks
should
for
check out
having me,
Mango
guys.
Bay.
Check out
This has been
Mango
a
Bay.
great
That's
one.
BAE. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple. Come check us out.
Such a great podcast.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Thank
subscribe.
Absolutely. And
Thanks, guys.
thank you to the listeners, man, especially everybody that was on the chat. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to John. Thank you to Joel. Thank you to Joanne. And until next week, we're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Late.